The British Gas Swim Britain Challenge is a great way to get the whole nation involved, be more healthy, be more active.
It's a giant relay race. We need teams of 4, so hopefully lots of people can get involved. Swim Britain are providing training sessions. This will encourage people to see the benefits of improvements.
Swim Britain will really help me break away from my busy schedule, just get away from everything.
That element of teamwork and training in a group is great fun. You know, anyone can swim, no matter what your kind of fitness or sport and background.
That's what's brilliant about this, is that it is a team event. It just makes it so much more fun. You can all cheer each other, support each other on.
I want to take part in Swim Britain because I want to get fitter, lose some weight and make a permanent change to my exercise routine.
So make sure you sign up to this amazing challenge. You never know, I could be on your team.
Take a drink at the ocean and tread water there before I drown. Let's dive, I wanna dive to the bottom of the ocean. I took a ride, I wouldn't go there without you. Let's take a ride, we'll take a ride, I wouldn't leave here without you. I am a mountain, I am the sea. You can't take that away from me. I am a mountain, I am the sea. You can't take that away from me. 'Cause you tear us apart with all the things you don't like. You can't understand that I won't leave till we're finished here. And then you'll find
I'm Catherine Granger and I'm a champion in my life, and I back the bid for Glasgow to host the 2018 Youth Olympic Games.
Hi, I'm Robbie Rennick. I'm Commonwealth champion. I'm supporting Glasgow's bid for the 2018 Youth Olympic Games.
I'm Michael Jameson, I'm a champion in my life and I support Glasgow's bid to host the Youth Olympic Games in 2018.
Hi, I'm Neil Facky, I'm a Paralympic champion and I'm a champion in my life and I'm backing Glasgow 2018.
Hi, I'm Chris Hoy and I'm a champion in my lifetime and I'm supporting the Glasgow 2018 Youth Olympic bid.
I am the sea.
Oh, very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome from the International Swimming Centre here at Tollcross in Glasgow. We are reaching the Day 3 finals point, and a warm welcome to you to join Quipu TV's live coverage of the Scottish Gas National Swimming Championships. So I'm Duncan McKinnell, and I'm joined today by Heather Albin of the Glasgow School of Sport, and we've been working together all day. You may have heard us earlier, but a warm welcome once again to you, Heather, for tonight's commentary.
Thank you, and good evening, Duncan.
So we are going to hear lots more as we go during the day, and we'd also like to hear from you. So once again, we ask you, if you'd like to tweet to us and let us know your views as to how things are going, how we can improve. Hashtag SGN13Live, that's SGN13Live, and we'll certainly respond to some of your messages. We're also running the Instagram competition with hashtag SGN13Pics, P-I-X, so hashtag SGN13Pics, and we'll be selecting the 10 best pictures. Scottish Swimming will do that for us, and they'll be posted on Facebook, and you can vote for your favourite. Vote early, vote often. And there are fantastic prizes to be won on that one, so get your photographs in to us. So this event is brought to you courtesy of Scottish Swimming and Scottish Gas, and we're grateful to Scottish Gas and all the other commercial partners, including Glasgow Life, for their continued support of Scottish Swimming. We are approaching the final session for Day 3. We've got a good programme of finals coming up. So, Heather, we are starting off with men's 200 IM. What are we looking for here?
I think in the Well, we'll have some good racing in the multidisciplinary event. We've seen some really good, strong swims this morning, some good times. In the men's 200 IM, it looks like maybe Mark Sharanek should take that one quite comfortably, but we'll wait and see on that one.
Yep, so Mark's not been on the podium yet, so day 3, that's pretty unusual for him, so he'll be looking to make up for it, you would think, on that case. 400 freestyle then.
Hard one to call that. It's Hannah. Hannah's had quite a full programme, but as we all know, Hannah's really tough. But Aisha Thornton there, who's fastest qualifier, but I think some good racing will go on that 400 free, and maybe some tactical racing.
Okay, and then we move on to the 100 breast now. We saw some of the top swimmers withdrawing from this one this morning, so that opens the door for some other names.
It certainly does, and it's quite close on the qualifying times there, but I think that'll all be who can get that turn right and who can really work that last 25 into the finish, but should be a good race on that 100 breaststroke.
Yep, Jamie Graham 50 fly gold, so a fly breaststroke double.
We'll wait and see.
We could be on the cards, so let's wait and see. Then we have the women's 100 backstroke. No Charlotte McKenzie in this one, so the fastest qualifier, the Bulgarian swimmer from Ealing, Katie Avramova. And she'll be up against Simpson and Hope, probably the leading Scots there.
Yeah. And Lucy Hope had an excellent 2:14 in the 200 backstroke the other evening. So that, again, could be a close race on that one. Be an exciting race to see these youngsters take on the 22-year-old.
The next one then after that will be the men's 200 backstroke. Now we had Craig McNally in the heats, but he's withdrawn from the finals. So Ryan Bennett, who you would think would be a hot favourite here.
Yeah, I think that will be Ryan's race, and the racing will come for second and third on that race.
Sterling ITC swimmer, of course, so we'll look out for him and the progress made by him in Sterling. Then the women's 200 butterfly, Hannah back in the pool.
Yeah, I think this one could be Hannah's as well, but excellent swim by young Tane Bruce, 15-year-old from Carnegie this morning, so maybe she can give her a little push, but again, racing possibly for second and third there.
And then we got the fast pace and fury of the men's 50 freestyle, but the disability one, which has got 2 British record holders, in fact 3 British record holders, I think I'm right in saying, Clegg, Rodgie and, well, no, Mullen, I think maybe a Scottish record holder, along with Kane and Hogan, so lots to play for there.
Yeah.
And then in the able-bodied one, McGuckin.
I think McGuckin, my money's on McGuckin on this one. He's been on really good form. But again, who gets their head down that last 5 metres and gets that finish right?
Yeah, I think that could be a bit of a blanket one.
Yeah.
We'll see. And maybe one of the highlights of the night could be the women's 50 breaststroke.
Yeah, the Edinburgh University girls dominating this event at the moment, with Kerry Buchan from Stirling always in there pushing them. But I think Catherine Johnson, I could see as the one that for everybody to beat.
Okay. Watch out maybe for the junior Cara Hanlon from the Highlands as well. And then we have the 800 freestyle. That's the 4th of the heats. We had 3 heats this morning. And Martin Kremin picking up the 1500 earlier in these championships.
Yeah, I think, again, Martin should dominate that race. Maybe not so much in the beginning. Chris Lowther from Dumfries, as we said earlier, the Dumfries swimmer's really strong on distance swimming. But I think Chris will push Martin, but I think at the end Martin's experience will come through in that.
And then we finish off with 4x100 freestyle relays, both the men and the women. It's hard to see past Edinburgh University, I would think, for the women.
For the women, yeah, definitely money on Edinburgh University, but maybe between Edinburgh University, maybe we'll have a replay between them and Glasgow from the 4x200 last night.
And a final fury in men's 100 freestyle relay. Now that one could be very interesting. We had an absolute thriller last night to finish off with the 4x200, and Robbie Rennick for City of Glasgow. He's on the anchor, I see, again in the Glasgow team in Heat 3 and that one. So a repeat on the cards.
Yeah, I hope so. That was exciting stuff last night.
What a thriller it was. If we can finish off like that again, we're in for a treat.
Definitely, definitely.
So we will be just about ready to go now. Shouldn't be too long now as we just conclude proceedings and get ourselves ready for the first event, which is the men's 200 meters individual medley. hearing you okay on that? Which is the multi-classification men's 200 meters individual medley. Just about to bring the swimmers to the blocks. Here they come. There's going to be 7 swimmers in all. So they're coming on, of course. One of them, that's Andrew Mullen in the wheelchair. The others walking on. So 2 cases. There's a mixture of disabilities here. Andrew Mullen is the most, but we have Lachlan Macbeth there in lane 1. He goes for Highland swim team. Andrew Mullen in lane 2, representing Ren 96. In 3 is Adam Melville of North Lanarkshire. Lane 4, Scott Quinn of Warrender. Brandon Buchan in lane 5 for Mingus Hill in Dundee. Lane 6, Craig McLean from Highland, and the fellow Highlander in lane 7 is Adam Scott. So they're the 7 who will compete in this. So we have 5 SM14s, an SM8 Adam Scott, and SM5 Andrew Mullen, and they're just about ready to go for our first final of the evening. So away they go. Of course, remember that it's not just the who finishes first necessarily who will win this. It's converted into disability points depending on the disability. Of course, the 5 SM14s will all have the same point process, so certainly between those 5 it will be first home that will win it. But we've got the SM5 Andrew Mullen, the SM8 Adam Scott, so they could figure. Buchan leading at the end of the butterfly, 31.22, up by nearly half a second.
Yeah, we've seen Buchan this morning take it out fast in that first 100, but Scott Quinn's so strong on that breaststroke leg. We'll watch for him coming through after the 100.
So it is a body length advantage then for Brandon Buchan. Let's see whether he can hold on to that in the breaststroke. I think that's when he will come under pressure. But so far so good for Buchan as he turns 1:11.53. Now watch out for Scott Quinn in the red cap of Warrender. You'd expect him now to move up. He is the British record holder at 100 breaststroke. We'll see that later on. And he is closing rapidly now. So just about on Brandon Buchan's shoulder. And halfway down the breaststroke leg, he moves ahead. Good contest for 3rd place. That's Adam Melville in 3 and Craig McLean in 6. So those 2 pretty well matched here. Melville and McLean both in the SM14, so that is a race to the finish for them. But it is Quinn who has moved through. He's 3 seconds up now, 1:53.72. And he's looking pretty good for this, Heather.
He's looking strong, isn't he? That breaststroke leg. You can see the power in it and why he is the British record holder in the 100 breaststroke.
So Brandon is coming back at him a little bit. I can't see him catching him in the last few meters here.
No.
So this is going to be Quinn's race in terms of first home. Both these 2 are SM14, so certainly we know that Quinn is ahead of Buchan. Coming into lane 6, that's also SM14 Craig McLean. He's going to be 3rd home, and Melville a 4th SM14 4th home. But then focusing on the swimmers coming home now in lane 2, it is the Andrew Mullen, the British record holder, 3:15.61. So that could be on the cards here. Let's just see. And then in lane 7 rather, Adam Scott, the SM8 swimmer. And over in lane 1, Lachlan Macbeth. So Mullen then, he's working ever so hard there with 5 metres to go. So just keep an eye on that. 3:15.61 is the time to beat. Just outside it, 3:18.56, but a cracking swim from Andrew Mullen. So we'll have to wait and see how that takes him up the ranking in terms of disability points. Just behind him, Adam Scott, 3:21.57. I can tell you that Adam Scott there in the SM8 category, that is a new Scottish record for him, 3:21.57. So congratulations to Adam. He had the record before, it was 3:23.07. He's improved it by a second and a half. Lachlan Macbeth in 3:42.78. So that is the swimming done, but let's just see for the result to be summarized. It should come up any moment, and there it is. We've got Scott Quinn in 2:29.14, first home, but not necessarily first. Brandon Buchan second, 2:31.34. Craig McLean in third, 2:42.26, and that new Scottish record, 3:21.57 from Adam Scott. So, excellent stuff there. Also a tidy swim from Andrew Mullen there, pretty close to the British record. So he'll be looking for something special in Montreal when they go to the World Disability Championships. Scott Quinn will be there with him.
Yeah, these two boys were looking really good there in that race.
So next up we have the final of the men's 200 metres individual medley. And the swimmers will be coming to the blocks anytime now. 2:07 to 2:14 is the range of heat times from this morning. So we'll see how they improve on that. You would expect most of them to improve, if not all of them. You was looking for progression from heats to finals. So introducing the athletes, and in lane 0 was Robert Bryce. Ross McCafferty going in 1 for City of Glasgow. 2 is Duncan Scott of First. Lane 3 is Cameron Smith for Edinburgh University. Lane 4 is Mark Sharanek of Carnegie. Lane 5 is Stuart McIntosh of City of Aberdeen. Lane 6, Fabian Whitbread of Warrender. Lane 7, Felix Gifford of City of Aberdeen. Lane 8, Alistair Miley of Geary. And in lane 9, Craig Bowman for Carnegie. So they're the 10 swimmers involved. Watch out for Mark Sharanek in lane 4. So under starters orders, off we go. So Sharanek in lane 4 in the black cap with the little white C on it for Carnegie. And straight away he has the advantage here. He came into this meet with a 2:02. He'll be hoping, I would think, to be fairly close to that tonight.
Yes, I think he would be hoping to do that. Going out strong here in this fly.
But in fact, over in lane 9, it's Craig Bowman here, his Carnegie teammate, who touches first at the end of the flight, 27.11 against Sharanek's 27.13, and Stuart McIntosh just behind them.
Stuart McIntosh, a strong backstroke as well.
And he's up alongside Sharanek now. And these two just pulled away from Bowman now in the backstroke leg, and it's McIntosh, I think, is going to lead them at halfway. Half a metre up on Sharanek. 58.64, plays 59.12.
Excellent turn there from Sharanek.
So can McIntosh hold Sharanek off in the breaststroke?
No, I think Sharanek will go past McIntosh now.
There's still not too much in it as they come to the halfway point in the breaststroke leg, and also coming up nicely here is Fabian Whitbread in lane 6. So he is making his move in the breaststroke, and he's not too far away from the leading two now. In lane 3, Cameron Smith trying to stay on terms, but I think it's between the three of them now.
Yeah, definitely between the three. Fabian Whitbread we've seen this morning, strong second half in his medley.
And it is Sharanek who turns in the lead by 3/4 of a second from Whitbread, just ahead of McIntosh. So that's the 1, 2, 3 as they come down the final length. And it looks like Sharanek has control of this, but Whitbread will give it one last go. I think that's going to be the 1-2 unless McIntosh can pull back fast. It's Sharanek by about a metre and a half, and I can't see him losing that from here as they come into the 5 metres. Whitbread is coming back a bit, but Sharanek takes it. He comes in 2:06.82, 2:07.54 for Whitbread, and McIntosh will take the bronze medal, 2:09.16. So summarising that then, Mark Sharanek is the winner, 2:06.82. We'll see him on the top of the podium in a minute. Fabian Whitbread second, 2:07.54, and Stuart McIntosh third. And I think the junior champion, 5th place, Duncan Scott, 2:10.50 for him.
Quite a drop in some of these boys' times from the heats to the finals, which is good to see.
Yep. So just summarising there, the A final still up there. So maybe just the officials taking their time before they confirm that one. But looks good to me. I think they seem to be happy, although we'll just wait for confirmation of that because they're taking a wee while to move on. But I think we are ready to move on. Certainly that's what the referee seems to be indicating on poolside. We're still waiting for the display of the B finalists. And here we go. So the B finalists with entry time, well heat times rather, 2:14 up to 2:17. So just running through the lineup, we've got Callum North of Highland in 0, Chap McComish of South Lanarkshire in 1, Eamon Rivers of Perth City in 2, Daniel Lim of Warrender in 3, Ryan Brown of Best in 4, Craig McLean of Carnegie in 5, Ross Woolley of Warrender in 6, Chris McComb of East Lothian in 7, Callum Laurie of First in 8, and Craig Knight also from First in lane 9.
As you would expect, butterfly specialist Eamon Rivers leading it out in 27.43 to touch first at the first 50.
So I know he was down in Bath. Is he still down there?
Still
do you
down
know?
at Bath University, yeah. But it's when he's home swimming under Perth, his hometown where he came from before he went down to Bath.
So it's pretty even Stevens now coming down the backstroke leg. Lane 6, Ross Woolley has come up nicely. So in lane 4, the comparative youngster Ryan Brown. And they're the 1-2 at halfway, 1:01.46 and 1:01.49. So just 300s between them. In between them, another Carnegie swimmer, Craig McLean, and the yellow cap is worn by Chris McComb of East Lothian. Lane 3, Daniel Lim of Warren. Expect a strong breaststroke leg from him as well.
This is where we see the breaststrokers in the field coming through.
Woolley looks to be leading the way though in lane 6. And he's having a good breaststroke leg here. And certainly seems to be more than holding his own in it. And has put himself into a good position to go into the freestyle just under the 140. He leads by a second and a half. Chris McComb had a good breaststroke leg there.
Excellent leg there from Chris McComb. Now it's down who can fight in this freestyle, this last 25.
At the moment it looks like a Warrender 1-2 with Woolley trying to hold off Daniel Lim, who is coming at him pretty hard there. So it's lane 6, Ross Woolley. Lane 3, Daniel Lim. It's between the two of them. Woolley, I think, has the edge, and he does take it by 3/10, 2:11.22 against Daniel Lim's 2:11.51, with Ryan Brown just behind them in third place, 2:12.79, and that is now summarised for you on the board. So confirming, as I said, Ross Woolley in first place, 2:11.22. Daniel Lim in second with 2:11.51. And in third place, Ryan Brown, 2:12.79. So a nice Warrender 1-2 there.
Good swimming from these Warrender boys.
So Warrender always going to be strong contenders in these events. You can never write them off.
No, definitely not coming into that last 50. These boys are strong coming down that back 50.
So I think we're going to have a presentation now for the 200 IM events that we've had, the able-bodied and the disabilities. It's going to be Pam Thompson making the presentations, a member of the Scottish Amateur Swimming Association Council. She comes as the able-bodied swimmers come through, and they start with the bronze medalist, and that is City of Aberdeen's Stuart McIntosh. Silver medalist, the Warrender swimmer Fabian Whitbread. The champion, so his first appearance on the podium, and he appears at the top of the tree. Carnegie's Mark Sharanek. And the junior champion from first, very promising youngster, Duncan Scott, very good all-rounder. Don't think there's anything he's weak at, so watch out for him in the years to come. Able-bodied swimmers will follow on. So, of course, this is based on disability points. And here they come, so all will be revealed now. So, Pam, I think she thought her work was done there. But she's scampering back to have a second presentation. And this is for the multi-classification swimmers. So the bronze medalist goes to Highland Swim Team's Craig McLean. His time 2:42.26 equates to 617 disability points. Silver medalist from Mingus Hill, Brandon Buchan, 2:31.34, 760 points. And Scott Quinn is the gold medalist, 794 points for his time of 2:29.14. So congratulations to those three. And the 200 IM is in the can as far as the men are concerned. And we move to women's 400 freestyle. So we start off with the A final. No multi-classification event in this discipline, so we've got the A and the B final. A final just about to come up. So they're just waiting at the side of the pool now to be introduced by the poolside announcers, and here they come, making their way across the pool to their respective stations. So starting with lane 0, we have South Aberdeenshire's Jessica Christie. In lane 1 we have Helen McRoberts of Warrender. In lane 2 from City of Glasgow, Camilla Hattersley. In lane 3 from Edinburgh University is Sian Morgan. In lane 4 we have Aisha Thornton of Loughborough University. In lane 5 Hannah Miley Fogeri. In lane 6 Lucy Campbell of Windsor. In lane 7 from Dumfries is Abby Houston. In lane 8 from 5 Performance, it's Nicola Lamb. And in lane 9 from Highland is Rebecca Smith. So that's the lineup. Times from the heats 4:20 to 4:30, a 10-second spread. Aisha Thornton, the fastest qualifier, 4:20.99. So we're getting a bit of noise from the gallery and from the other athletes as the swimmers go, which is good to hear. Get some atmosphere going in this spectacular new venue for us. Of course, an old but new. So coming to the first turn then, not too much in it. Thornton 30.03, Miley 30.12, Morgan 30.18, so very close, just 1500ths in the leading trio.
All in a line as we're coming down this last 25 into the first 100. I think we'll start seeing things change just after the 200.
Sian Morgan, the Welsh girl, now with Edinburgh University, has just edged out into the lead now as they come to the 100. And she goes through in 1:02.12. Up by half a second on Hannah Miley, and Aisha Thornton just behind there. And then, well, the other swimmers not too far away, certainly 4 of them.
No, they're all just in a line there, just keeping the leaders there just in their sights.
Do you like your swimmers to go out early, or is it just about going to your pace, irrespective of what the others are doing?
I think it's individual. If you feel that you've got that speed at the front and that's how you need to swim confidence-wise in your race, then you get them to go out as long as you know they can back it up.
And if you're swimming against someone like Hannah Miley, does that put you off, or does that G you on?
I think it should G you on.
So let's see, there's 3 of them. Still right up there, but it is Miley now who's just moved into the lead. She led then at the 250 turn, and she's got about a metre now as they come towards 200. And made that probably near enough 2 metres now. 2:07.20.
Yeah, Hannah looking strong there at the front.
And she must have taken nearly another metre out of that turn as well.
Yeah, excellent turns. Excellent turns.
So you don't get to the standard of competition that Hannah's got to without being good at your turns. And so something for all young swimmers to watch and learn from. Now she's really turning the screw, and suddenly her lead is multiplied. It's 2 seconds just about. 2:38 at 2:50.
I think the racing going on behind is going to be for second and third here and for the lower places.
Yeah.
But Hannah, her attention to detail is immense. I've spent some time up with her. She's very tough, both mentally, but her attitude is just fantastic. And you can see that's why she's got where she is today.
Yep, and she certainly has picked up the pace there in that third 100, 3:10, so that was just a 1:03-ish.
Battle going on between Aisha Thornton and Sian Morgan, with Camilla Hattersley coming back at Sian in lane
2. Yep. So that is where the contest is going to be as Miley comes to the final turn. She goes through that in 3:42. Of course, probably the top ranked 400 freestyler in Scotland, Caitlin McClatchy, not in this today, but Miley's not that far behind her in terms of rankings, although of course usually known as the IAMA, but showing that she can do this one, 4th in the European short course. Thornton looks to be holding off the competition there, but Morgan working hard, so is Hattersley behind her. Those two are battling for the bronze at the moment, but Miley will take, I think that's her 6th gold of these championships. 4:14.04. It is Thornton's second. Who's going to get third? That is very close indeed. And Camilla Hattersley just nailing that one by a 10th from Sian Morgan. So a Glasgow victory over Edinburgh there. Camilla Hattersley, 4:20.46. Pretty much on her 4:20.11 she came in onto this meet on. So that's not a bad swim for this stage in the season.
Oh, good to see Camilla back up there, on form, ready to rest to go into trials in 10 days' time.
So just a 10th in it, as I said, with the summary there. Hannah Miley, 4:14.04. Aisha Thornton, 4:19.62. Camilla Hattersley, third, 4:20.46. Sian Morgan just behind there, 4:20.56. So we go straight on to the B final. We had no juniors in that A final, so the junior medal will come out of this B final, including Meg Finnan, who is the fastest from the heats, 4:31.83 she swam this morning, which was pretty close to our entry time of 4:30. So just waiting for this one to get underway, and the whistle goes. And you should have the start list on your screens. So just running through the starting order, Lauren Mackenzie of Elgin in 0, Lucy Howarth of City of Newcastle in 1. She came from the afternoon heats to get here. Alicia McCracken of First in 2, Jennifer King of North Ayrshire in 3, Meg Finnan of South Lanarkshire in 4, Ola Adams of Geary in 5, Rachel Masson of South Aberdeenshire in 6, Lauren Pirouet of Fife Performance in 7, Lucy Illingworth of South Ayrshire in 8, and Zoe Mitchell of Carnegie in lane 9.
And Rachel Masson's taken this race and out in that first 50 in 29.40.
So she's in lane 6 in the dark cap and has about a body length advantage. Lane 3, Jennifer King, I think, has second place at the moment. Then the two in the centre lanes, Finnan and Adams. Also up there, Pirouet in lane 7. But it is Masson, 1:02.39. Almost as fast as the A final after 100, just a couple of tenths in it.
Rachel looking good there. South Aberdeenshire swimmer coached by Gary Patterson.
Yes, she's certainly setting out her stall early on.
Well, there's Jennifer King there and Orla Adams starting to move forward in lanes 3 and 5.
Meg Finnan in between them, still in the mix as well, but still it is Rachel Masson, so she goes through the 150, 136.88, leads by a second from King. Lauren Pirouet makes up that leading group as well with Finnan and Adams, and a little bit back on them, McCracken in lane 2. So fairly competitive here as they come towards halfway, and I think we may have a new leader. Looks like Jennifer King has just edged past the early leader, Rachel Masson. Not much in it between them, but it is King by 3/10.
Yeah, MD's races, we start off in this third 100.
Ola Adams is looking quite good in lane 5, and she's certainly up there. 3 just a little bit ahead of the next two, Meg Finnan and Lauren Pirouet. So King in 3, Adams in 5, Masson in 6. Let's see who gets the turn from them. It's going to be King again, 2:45.92, up by about 4/10. Still a way to go though, 150. So a lot could change yet.
It's turned into a good race, this.
Yep, sometimes it's about racing, not just times.
Yeah, definitely. Just
you
get in and race hard and fast. And
if you can beat the swimmer next to you, that's a good result. And Jennifer King, 3:19.74. Unsurprisingly, the pace now a fair bit slower than the A final. But at this stage in the game, Hannah had stepped on the gas and have pulled away. But these swimmers should be a good bit faster than the 4:30s that they were entered on, or rather that they swam this morning.
Still the same three girls at front with Orla Adams and Rachel Masson still pushing Jennifer King.
Yep, I think we're down to 3 now. King is still going to lead though at the final turn. 3:53.47, so just over a second up. Adams now ahead of Masson. So can either of them challenge Jennifer King down this last length? The North Ayrshire girl, of course, she is one of these juniors in the field, so she's looking for a junior medal out of this. Adams and Masson both seniors, so it's looking good for her on that, but can she hold off the other two and win the race as well? She's got a body length advantage, a terrific scrap for second going on between Adams and Masson, but it is King who takes it, 4:26.32. She will be the junior champion as well. Second place is Rachel Masson, 4:27.17, just ahead of Orla Adams, just by 600ths. Orla's time 4:27.23, and all of them a good pick up on their heat times.
Good racing by these girls, especially Rachel and Orla into that finish.
Yep, a tight one there, and Jennifer King, that's an improvement on her entry time as well by nearly a second, so many reasons to be happy there, as she's confirmed there, 4:26.32 as the winner. Rachel Masson second, 4:27.17, and Orla Adams 4:27.23 in third place. So as the swimmers make their way out of the pool, we'll be getting ready for the next presentation, which is for this women's 400 freestyle. So just getting ready. Of course, Jennifer King has to scurry round and dry herself off and get her shirt on, which she's doing as we get ready for this presentation, which is going to be made by Scottish Swimming Board member Wyn Hayes. So here they come onto the podium, the 4 of them, the 3 medalists plus the junior champion. First to receive her medal will be the City of Glasgow's Camilla Hattersley. And she had a terrific finish to earn herself that bronze medalist, just touching out Sian Morgan. Silver medalist Aisha Thornton at Loughborough University. The Scot from Loughborough came out of the Hatfield programme. Of course, as many of you will know, Ian Wright has made his way down there recently. And a gold once more for Hannah Miley, number 6 for her in these championships. What a performance. And the junior champion, it's Jennifer King. She's a big girl, certainly bigger than Hannah. And we'll be looking for much more to come from Jennifer in the years ahead, particularly in the backstroke. But as you saw there, pretty impressive in the 400 free as well. She had to fight hard down that last length to hold on to her lead, having put in a good solid middle section of their race.
And nice to see some promising youngsters coming through, these young girls.
We're off air. So do you want us to keep going off air, or do we wait till you're on? Sorry, say that again, Jack. Okay, so you'll let us know when we're back on. Are we back on? And welcome back. Apologies for that delay. Unfortunately you've missed the multi-classification 100 breaststroke final, which was won certainly first home Scott Quinn in a time of 1:11.57. Good swim from him, but we're now introducing the swimmers in the men's 100 breaststroke. So running through the Matthew Nicholson, City of Glasgow in 0, Mark Campbell of City of Aberdeen in 1, Ewan Ingalls, Edinburgh University in 2, Mark Tully of East Lothian in 3, Jamie Graham, City of Glasgow in 4, Douglas Scott, University of Stirling in 5, Nicholas Quinn, Edinburgh University in 6, Joseph Wellstead of Stirling in 7, Scott Wilcox, Edinburgh University in 8, and Callum Tate of Edinburgh University in 9. So just in time to get you back for this one, and once again apologies for that little break in transmission. But we're back here in time to see the men's 100 breaststroke final. So with no Benson, no Murdoch, this one is open for some of these others. We've seen strong swimming from Jamie Graham, winner in the 50 butterfly. 50 butterfly 100 breaststroke double is on the cards for him.
Well, can't rule out Douglas Scott, Mark Tully, Ewan Ingalls.
So let's see, out of those three, or is there somebody else? And it is, well, it's Campbell, 29.17 over in lane 1, and dead heated for second at the moment, Graham and Wellstead as they come back down. So this is a very tight final indeed. In the lane 4 is Jamie Graham, and he's looking strong here. In lane 5 it's Daniel Scott, and Douglas Scott rather, and Nicholas Quinn in lane 6. And it's going to be Graham. He does get the double there, so the butterfly 50, the breaststroke 100, he takes it 1:02.31. Second place, the Irishman from Edinburgh University, Nicholas Quinn, in 1:02.70, and in third place Douglas Scott, 1:02.99. So there is the summary for you. Graham first, 1:02.31, Quinn second, 1:02.70, Scott third, 1:02.99.
Exciting race there, Duncan.
Yep, so Quinn, the 200 breaststroke gold medalist, joins that up with a silver in the 100. So B final is up next, and you have the swimmers in front of you as they get ready to go. We've got 3 juniors going in this one, no juniors in the A final, so again we've got a junior contest. In the 200 there was just 100th in it between Benedict Tortolano and Andrew McFadden, and both of them are in this B final along with Tobermory Mackay, champion from Perth City. So that will be a good contest. At the fastest in overall, East Lothian's Mike Thompson, 1:07.04 in this morning's heats, and he looks very serious in lane 4 in the yellow cap. Claps his hands, means business. So the full field: Bogdan Olenik of Bristol in 0, McComish of South Lanarkshire in 1, McFadden South Lanarkshire in 2, Ian Rose of Warrender in 3, Mike Thompson East Lothian in 4, Daniel Lim of Warrender in 5, Edmund Ashton of Redbridge in 6, Robert Bryce of Geary in 7, Tobermory Mackay, champion of Perth City in 8, Benedict Tortolano of Warrender in lane 9.
And it looks like coming into this first 50, a battle between Mike Thompson and Daniel Lim.
Yep, and it's Lim with the edge by a couple of tenths there. But there's still not a lot between them.
Good turn there by Mike Thompson.
So it's going to be about stamina in this last 15 and then judging the finish, and it looks like Lim is just easing away. Going nicely in lane 2 is McFadden, and Rose beside him in 3. But it's going to be Daniel Lim's race. He comes in to take it 1:05.69. Second place, Mike Thompson, 1:07.12. Ian Rose taking third, in 107.51, but Andrew McFadden might not be too bothered about that because he will be the junior champion, 4th place, 107.72. So swimmers asked to leave the pool as the result is summarised there. Daniel Lim first, 105.69. Mike Thompson second, 107.12. And Ian Rose third, 107.51. So confirmed positionings there as we move towards the medal presentations for that event. Which chance you've seen Robert Bryce going in there. We were misnaming him during the last couple of days. We've been calling him John, which for some reason is how he appeared on the start sheet. So apologies to all the Bryces about that. And we got it sorted now. We know he's Robert. So just waiting for the medalists to get themselves ready. Making these presentations, a familiar face in Scotland, now with British Swimming as Director of World Class Operations, and that is Ian Mason. So he's been with us for the duration so far. So nice to have Ian come back up to visit us here in the brand new Tollcross International Swimming Centre.
I remember the days that Ian Mason was coach at Paisley.
Oh, well, that's going back a bit. So we award the medals. Bronze medalist from University of Stirling's Douglas Scott. The silver. So he gets his medal now. Silver medalist to Edinburgh University's Nicholas Quinn. Ian seems a bit reluctant to give it to him, but seems to have sorted it out now. Decided he did merit it. And the Scottish Gas National Champion, his second championship medal of these championships, City of Glasgow's Jamie Graham. And the junior champion fresh out of the pool, South Lanarkshire's Andrew McFadden. So getting a bit of revenge for his defeat by a whisper in the 200. Gets one over Benedict Tortolano of Warrender in the 100. I'm sure those two will have battles to come in the years ahead. So the multi-classification is up next. And of course this is, as I mentioned earlier, based on points as their times converted based on their classification. So not necessarily, and in fact not as they came in the order, but the bronze medalist to Ren 96 is Andrew Mullen. 571 points for his time, 151.24, and one of his team members picking up his medal for him. Brendan Buchan of Mingus Hill takes the silver, time 120.07, 578 disability points, and Scott Quinn of Warrender gets the gold medal, 809 points for his swim, a 111.57. Unfortunately, of course, that's the race you miss, but at least you get to see the medalists picking up the rewards for their efforts. So 100 breaststroke is done, and we move now to the women's 100 backstroke. So we've got, as we saw before, a final and a B final. Again, no disability final in this event. So the music playing to introduce the swimmers, and they will be marching on to the blocks any moment now. Here they come. So lane 9 leading them on. Very tidy row of swimmers. Don't always march on as tidily as that. But can introduce them now. And in lane 0, we've got South Lincolnshire's Cheryl Wilson. In lane 1 from City of Aberdeen, it's Emily Grant. In lane 2 from East Lothian, it's Raquel Matos. Lucy Hope going in lane 3, representing Best. In lane 4, Ealing's Katie Avramova, the Bulgarian. In lane 5 from Dundee City Aquatics, it's Kirsty Simpson. In lane 6, Laura Dawson of Newburn. In lane 7, Karen Reid of South Ayrshire. In lane 8 is Chelsea Lawson of Carnegie. And in lane 9, Rachel Sharples of East Lothian. So Avramova has been close, but no gold for her so far. Fastest qualifier 1:03.02. Hope on one side, Simpson on the other. So those three you would think would be the main contenders here. Heather, would you concur with that?
Yes, definitely, but a really strong start there from Laura Dawson of Newburn in lane 6.
Yeah, she could be the dark horse house, training in America, but back with a home program for the summer at Newburn, just outside Newcastle.
It looks like Avramova's coming into it.
Yeah, I think
turning
Avramova.
first.
Yep, Avramova turning first, 30.59. Half a second ahead of Dawson, with Hope in a third. Not much between those two. Not much.
Very good underwater work there by Lucy Hope, and came up strongly right on Avramova.
So Avramova still has the edge. Does look like Lucy Hope now in second. Raquel Matos going pretty well, and the orange cap still of Laura Dawson. I think Laura is in third, but it looks like Avramova is going to take this one. So she takes it 1:02.59. Second place is Lucy Hope, 1:03.29 for her, and Dawson 1:03.74. And very quickly to a confirmed result there, Avramova 1:02.59, Lucy Hope 1:03.29, and Laura Dawson third, 1:03.74. And Lucy is the junior, so she will be a junior champion as well as silver medalist, and in fact the leading Scot as well, so she'll pick up another gold for that. So she's going to be stashed at the end of this. So she'll be off to the gold exchange to see what they're worth. Don't think they're solid gold, but
Not a lot.
do you think maybe Scottish Gas have come up with trumps to give us real gold medals?
No, I don't think so.
No, maybe not. Okay, B final. And the swimmers listing up for you as we get ready for them. Final swimmers just clearing the pool from the A final. You have to go the length of the pool here, one-way exit from the pool, so we can nab them for medals. So 1:07 to 1:09, the range of times from this morning's heats. Fastest of them, Shona Mackie, 1:07.24. The West Lothian swimmer, so blue cap. Nice start in 3 from Jennifer King. She's not had long to recover.
I've just seen her in the 400 free winning that B final.
So this will be a real test of fitness. So going pretty much straight from a 400 free to a 100 back. Probably one of her better events, I would think, the 100 backstroke.
Yes,
So
I think probably better known for her backstroke than her 400 frees.
and in fact it's Heavey who turns first, 32.35. King is certainly up there, 32.53 in second place, and Suter just 400ths behind her. So tight here, very tight. About 5 swimmers in a line. And we're maybe down to 4 of them now, but not much else is clearer. The Hearts girl going well, Hannah Suter, she's maybe just edged into the lead here. Beside her, Shona Mackie, and beside her, Jennifer King. But it's going to be Hannah Suter just driving through in that last 15 to ensure it. She got it, 1:06.70. Not one I think mainly of as a breaststroker, but that was a good backstroke from her.
Yeah, lovely second 50 there by Hannah Suter.
And the summary of the result there, 1:06.70, Hannah Suter first, Shona Mackie of West Lothian second, 1:07.09, And North Ayrshire's Jennifer King, a good swim straight after the 400 freestyle, 107.37. So we're going straight into the medal presentations here. And coming in to make this one is the chair of Sport Scotland, Louise Martin. And we start off with the bronze medalist, and that is Laura Dawson of Newburn in bright orange. Silver medalist Lucy Hope of Best, the Borders team. Kelso based Lucy, although she actually lives in Jedburgh, so she has a lot of travelling to do to her training. And the gold medalist from Ealing and Bulgaria, Katie Avramova. Lucy picking up the national medal as the top Scot, and as I said, 3 medals go her way because she's also the top junior. So more to put in the medal cabinet. And Avramova congratulating Lucy there as they leave the podium. So I'm sure Katie Avramova will be looking to be in the Bulgarian team in the World Championships. Not quite sure about their qualifying arrangements.
It's interesting what you said there about Lucy having to travel. It just shows you that if you want something, that you'll go out your way to do that.
Yep, there is a pool in Jedburgh, a small pool, and she certainly does her early morning training there, I think before she goes to school in Jedburgh Grammar. But a lot of her training, she has to come up to the likes of Hoyt, Galashiels and across to Kelso. So, but they're used to it in the Borders. Same as the north of Scotland. 50 miles is just round the corner. So, but meanwhile we move straight on to the men's 200 backstroke. A final here, coming on to the blocks. Another one that's pretty neat, coming down in a nice row. So Marshall's doing a good job on getting these swimmers to go in a nice row. Fraser Spooner of West Lothian is in lane 0. Joe Yeoman, City of Aberdeen, in lane 1. In lane 2 is Solomon Butt of Aberdeen. In lane 3, Alistair Miley of Geary. In lane 4, Ryan Bennett of the University of Stirling. In lane 5, Ross McCafferty of City of Glasgow. In lane 6, Fabian Whitbread of Warrender. In lane 7, also from Warrender, is Ross Woolley. In lane 8 for Mulgai and Bearsden, Greg Watson. And in lane 9 for South Ayrshire, Graham Brown. So that's the field. Heat times 2:09 to 2:13, but Bennett's capable of going an awful lot faster than that. So let's see what he does, see if anybody can challenge him. So away they go.
Look at that start from Ryan Bennett. Just shows his power in this underwater work that he does.
Yeah, that must have given him, what, a metre and a half just in that first 15 metres, and came up around about, what, 14 metres. Perfectly judged. And let's see what he does in the turn. It might be something fairly similar.
Yeah, I think in the heats we've seen him just surfacing just before the 15 metre mark, hitting 13, 14 metres every time. Maybe just a bit short of that this time.
So he's about 2-3 metres up on Ross McCafferty in lane 5. Very close affair for third. Pretty much the rest of the field in a line. So that is going to be very interesting in the second half. So, of course, 4 lengths of the pool this time, and it's Bennett, but McCafferty is sticking with him here.
We see a strong swim by Ross McCafferty.
So the gap is about 1.4. Again, it looks like Bennett is getting most of his advantages in the turns rather than in the swims.
You've seen how much he took off Ross on that turn.
Yep, and Ross battling to try and get it back, but it becomes a mountain to climb if he does that every time at the turn. The battle for third is still raging. Joe Yeoman over in lane 1 is going well. He might just have it at the moment. So final turn then for Bennett, 1:30. .134 for McCafferty, so 4 seconds there, and now Ross Bennett absolutely showing his domination. It was fairly close in the first half, not close at all in the second half. So this is Ryan Bennett's race. He now just needs to push on for his personal time. It's going to be gold for Ryan Bennett, his second backstroke gold of these championships. He takes things in a time of 2:00.80. Second is McCafferty, 2:06.45, and a good last 50 from Alistair Miley to add more medals into the Miley household. A bronze for him, and the result confirmed there. So Ryan Bennett, 2:00.80 takes it. Ross McCafferty, 2:06.45, and Miley, 2:08.99 is third. Solomon Butt there in 9th place, 2:11.05. He'll be the junior champion. So B final then, as the swimmers clear the pool from the A final. That's going to take them a wee while, so you can just take a little time to study the entry here for this B final. 2:14 up to 2:19 the times from the heats. Fastest of them, Ryan Brown, not his first appearance of the evening. Another one from the borders we were talking about earlier with Lucy Hope. So Ryan is a Kelso and borders colleague of Lucy's. So they get themselves ready and set for a strong start. And off we go, just running through the field then. Johnson Shearer, City of Glasgow in 0. Angus Walk of City of Newcastle in 1. Alexander Ray of Newburn in 2. Gregor Birrell of First in 3. Ryan Brown of Best in 4. Joe Lynch of Leicester Penguins in 5. Joseph Miley of Geary in 6. Kieran Brand, South Ayrshire in 7. Craig McLean of Carnegie in 8. And Callum Wellstead of Warrender in 9.
And it looks like Ryan Brown leading us into that first 50. Oh, no.
No, it's Craig McLean, so just catching us out there in lane 8, 30:10. And he's still got the edge.
And Craig McLean looking strong as we come into the turn for the first 100.
Yeah, very promising youngster in the Carnegie program. He was ASA age group champion last summer, and you can see why here as he holds his own here in these senior ranks, and more than holding his own. He turns 1:03.29, a second up on Orion Brown, another junior, with Gregor Birrell of First in 3rd place. So it's the youngsters leading the way here. In lane 8 is the 15-year-old Craig McLean. Ryan Brown, also 15-year-old, in lane 4. Can any of the older swimmers catch these two?
Quite a difference in both these boys' stroke. Craig very smooth, Ryan just a little bit bumpier. Not a very technical term, bumpier.
But we know what you mean. There's just half a second in it now, so Ryan Brown's bumpiness is giving him a chance to try and catch Craig McLean, so it's going to be pretty close between them. A number of swimmers starting to mass behind them. It's going to be a line of 3 swimmers at the moment challenging for 3rd. I don't think they'll catch the leading 2. Looks like Brown is going to take this one. It's about a metre in it, I think. And Ryan Brown in lane 4. He comes in. So bump is good in this occasion. 2:12.44. Leads by half a second for McLean. And Joseph Miley. So a second Miley, 3rd place in a row there. Young brother Joseph doing what older brother Alistair did before him.
Wiley children coming back hard and fast on these last 50s.
No more than you'd expect. So just summarising that one, Ryan Brown first, 2:12.44. Craig McLean second, 2:12.97. And Joseph Miley third, 2:14.25. So back to presentations now. So it's Bob James, the CEO of Swim Wales. So nice to have him up. I think he was up for the Celtic Tri-Nations as well, so he must like coming up to Scotland. He's giving the medals here. Bronze medalist from Geary is Alistair Miley. Silver medalist from the City of Glasgow is Ross McCafferty. And the Scottish Gas champion from University of Stirling is Ryan Bennett. Now, Ryan Bennett, although he's trained in Stirling, is not a Scot, so the Scottish national medal will go to Ross McCafferty. And coming up to get the junior medal, it's not Suleiman, although it's Suleiman's medal. A teammate of his is picking up Suleiman Butt's medal, his 4th junior medal of these championships so far. So next up we have the women's 200 butterfly. We have the next appearance of Hannah Miley, so second appearance of the evening for her after her win in the 400 freestyle.
So an easier evening for us tonight, with just 2 events.
And only 600 meters in them. Come on, Hannah, get a grip. So here they come. A wee suck at the juice bottle as she comes on for the lane 9 swimmer leading them on, Danielle Gilbert. But more of her later as we introduce the swimmers. In lane 0 from Bess is Kirsty Armstrong. In lane 1 for East Lothian, it's Gillian Clark. In lane 2 is Emily Jones of Aberdeen. In lane 3 from City of Newcastle, Abby Cunningham. In lane 4 from Geary, Hannah Miley. In lane 5 from Carnegie, it's Tane Bruce. Moving to lane 6, we've got Meg Finnan of South Lanarkshire. Lane 7 is Megan Donnelly of Mulgai and Bearsden. Lane 8 is Rebecca Smith of Highland Swim Team. And in lane 9, Danielle Gilbert of Derwentsside. So the full field up there for you. 3 juniors in this one, Kirsty Armstrong, Tane Bruce and Meg Finnan. But Hannah Miley, fastest qualifier, 2:19.29, and the Scottish record holder. So on this easy evening for Hannah, she takes us out in lane 4. Now in the 400, she seemed to be fairly easy in the first half and then really blitzed it. Let's see how she treats the 200 butterfly.
The 2 15-year-olds, Tane Bruce and Meg Finnan, they're side by side with her at the moment.
So, in fact, it's not Miley, it's Donnelly in lane 7 with the touch there, 29.88, 3/10 up on Miley. See if she can hold that.
I think we start to see Hannah pushing through now.
Yep. Over in lanes 1 and 2, Gillian Clark and Emily Jones also vying for medal positions, but it is now Hannah Miley by about a body length as they come towards halfway. Now, when you see Hannah in the top quality international competition, it always seems to be struggling in the butterfly section of the 400 IM, but she shows she can really do this 200 butterfly. Is it just that the standard of butterfly swimming in Scotland is not of the highest order, or is she stronger in that 200 fly than she is at 100?
I think it's possibly that our flyers are just maybe not of the standard of what she's competing against in the rest of the world, and that they can take it out harder in that 400 IM than what she can.
But she's now got to grips with this race, and once again it's a second half where she piles on the pressure and moves ahead. Emily Jones turning second as they come for home, and Tane Bruce in third. But, well, there's a battle on between those two, I think. I don't know that any of the others can catch them. Yeah. Gillian Clark, the best of the rest, but it's going to be a Jones versus Bruce battle for a silver medal behind Hannah Miley. So Hannah Miley is going to come in and take this. She won this event last year, one of several, as it's going to be this year. So Miley coming in, and she takes it 2:13.19. In second was Jones, 2:17.54, and Tane Bruce behind her, 2:18.42. We'll wait for confirmation of that as the other swimmers come in. Finnan fourth, Clark fifth, and Donnelly sixth. And there is the summary for you. Hannah Miley, 2:13.19. She wins that one. About 5 seconds away from her record. Emily Jones, 2:17.54 in second. And Tane Bruce, 2:18.42, takes up the bronze. And that also means that Tane will pick up another junior medal.
Yeah, Tane Bruce there, quite an exciting prospect for the future, along with Meg Finnan, who finished just behind her in fourth.
Yeah, it's great to see good competition in the younger age groups. Bodes well for the long term of Scottish swimming. And I think that was a pretty good improvement on entry time there for Tane. She improved on that in the heats and improved again there in the final. So that is absolutely ideal from a coaching perspective, isn't it?
Oh,
if you
definitely.
do a PB in the heats and then improve it again in the final.
So just want to be able to swim faster each time you go in and race it, and improve from morning to evening.
So on to the B final then. And the full field: Ruth Gordon of Highland in 0, Kirsty Niblock of Warrender in 1, Heather Lawson Swim Trafford in 2, Karen Kelly of Stirling in 3, Ashley McAdam West Lothian in 4, Jennifer Davis Edinburgh University in 5, Elizabeth Lim of Warrender in 6, Mari High of Wren 96 in 7, Ella Shillerday of Stirling in 8, and Chanel Snedden of First in 9.
And it looks like Jennifer Davis of Edinburgh leading this field out.
Yep, now Jennifer's an interesting one because she pretty much gave up swimming a year or two ago, and she's come back and she's had to work really hard to get back to this level of fitness and performance, but all credit to her. She's done the work and it's starting to show now. She's had a pretty good weekend's competition and she'll be wanting to keep that going. The test, of course, will be in the second half here if she can sustain it. She's under some pressure from Stirling's Karen Kelly in the yellow cap in lane 3, so the two of them just a tenth apart. Tight contest for third as well. Elizabeth Lim of Warrender, Mari High of Wren, and Heather Lawson of Swim Trafford, all there or thereabouts. Looks like maybe Karen has moved into the lead, so maybe Jennifer just struggling to hold that pace that she set early on.
Yeah, Karen's strokes just slightly different, looks a bit lighter in the water. Good rhythm there.
1:44.40, so she's turned her advantage now of a second and a half in that third 50. Second Davis, third is High as they head for home.
The girls coming back on Jennifer Davis here.
Yeah, they are. So maybe that second half is just proving tough here for Jennifer, but not for Karen Kelly. She has got about 4 meters in hand now looks like it might be Heather Lawson who will come through for second, although the Wren swimmer Mari High is also up there, and it's going to be between these two. I think Elizabeth Lim coming with a late charge as Kelly comes home. 2:21.67. Now who gets second? It is Mari High from Elizabeth Lim, just 500ths in that, and just ahead of Heather Lawson. So the 1 to 4 there for you, and confirmation of the final result there. Karen Kelly then 2:21.67, Mari High second 2:25.30, and Elizabeth Lim third in 2:25.35.
All these three girls dropping from 2:27 that they did in the heats this morning.
Karen Kelly entered on a 2:21, so matching that. Mari High 2:25 was just a second off. 2:24 she came into this meet on. So straight away we go to the presentation for this one. And Gillian Innes of Sport Scotland will make this presentation. Many will know Gillian from her time as a Scottish swimming representative in the north. Looking very glamorous tonight, if I'm allowed to say that. So bronze medalist goes to Carnegie's Tane Bruce. Silver medalist Aberdeen's Emily Jones. And the gold medalist and Scottish Gas national champion from Geary is Hannah Miley, one of Hannah's teammates picking up her medal. I think she'll be straight into the swim down pool. And the junior champion is Tane Bruce. So a bronze and a gold for the junior championship goes to Tane. So we turn our attentions to the turn end of the pool now, and the cameras will be beetling down there, and the starters will be testing the equipment and making sure everything's okay at the other end of the pool. So we've got 3 50 freestyles for the men, starting with the multi-classification event, and then the A and B final in the able-bodied. We've got some very interesting swimmers. We've got 2 British record holders coming in this multi-classification. James Clegg in the S12, of course, a Paralympic finalist in the 50 free. Craig Rodgie in the S14 category, also a British record holder. Was disappointed not to get into a Paralympic final. He was very close, but just missed out. So just about ready to come on. And of course, they make their way along at the far end of the pool. And we introduce them as they come on. And in lane 0 is in his first national championships, East Lothian's Neil Howie. In lane 1 for North Ayrshire is Fraser Kane. In lane 2 from Carnegie, Stefan Hogan. He's in the S9 class. In 3, Kieran Jardine of Dumfries, swimming S14. James Clegg, S12 of East Lothian in 4. In 5 in S14 is Edinburgh University's Craig Rodgie. In 6 from Mingus Hill, also S14, is Brandon Buchan. We've got Adam Melville in lane 7 for North Lanarkshire. Robert Dalgleish, S10 for West Lothian in 8. And Andrew Mullen, Ren 96 in 9. So Clegg versus Rodgie, and this one should be tight. Of course, different classifications, but it's going to be a tight race in the pool as well, I would think. James Clegg in the yellow cap of East Lothian, Craig Rodgie in the red and black of Edinburgh University, and the two of them are stroke for stroke coming down this pool, and it's hard to call it here between them. Maybe Rodgie just edging, but it's going to be on the touch. It goes to Clegg, in fact, 25.68 for Clegg, 25.72 for Rodgie. Very, very close one there. And in that time from Craig Rodgie, 25.72. I can tell you that is a new S14 British record there for Craig Rodgie. So cracking swim there. Buchan finishing third. So the race order then 25.68 James Clegg, 25.72 Craig Rodgie, and 26.77 Brandon Buchan. Of course, we need to convert into disability points, but Rodgie, well done. New British record.
Swimming there by Craig Rodgie.
So exciting stuff there. And Clegg and Rodgie, two of the Scots going to Montreal in the World Disability Championship. So we wish them every success in that. And if they can swim as excitingly and as fast as that, then hopefully they'll do well. So the A final now of the able-bodied event, 50 freestyle. Swimmers just about ready to come on. And here they come. Led onto the blocks by lane 9 Tsubasa Nakagawa. These guys are usually pretty big guys in the 50 sprint. And in lane 0 we have Duncan Scott off first. In lane 1, Edinburgh University's Matthew Parks. In lane 2, Western Bartonshire's Rory Lamont. In lane 3, City of Glasgow's Jamie Graham. In lane 4, from Edinburgh University, Kieran McGuckin. In lane 5, also Edinburgh University, Jack Thorpe. In lane 6, from Scarborough, Ross Clegg. In lane 7 from City of Glasgow, Daniel Scott. In lane 8 from Aberdeen, Suleiman Butt. And in lane 9 from City of Leicester, Tsubasa Nakagawa.
This will be a tight race here, Duncan.
Yeah, it should be. Do you think Jamie Graham could do a double here?
Oh, who knows? Jamie has a most amazing start of these blocks, but I still think Kieran McGuckin.
So let's wait and see as they get ready to go. So one thing I think we do know, it's going to be tight and it's going to be fast and furious with lots of splashing. And here they come down the line. It's difficult to call at the moment. Certainly was a good start from Graham. Beside him is McGuckin. And I think it may be these two are going to battle it out. Looks like McGuckin just easing into the lead now. It's very tight as Thorpe comes up as well. And it is McGuckin who takes it. 23.12 for him. Thorpe 23.25. And third place Graham 23.43. So that is your 1, 2, 3 very quickly up onto the board there. So the referee's obviously very confident about that, despite a number of 100 differences in places. So good work from the electronics there to sort them out. And the 1, 2, 3 though I think was fairly clear. Kieran McGuckin, Jack Thorpe, Jamie Graham, the 1, 2, 3.
Jack Thorpe came strongly through at the end.
Yes, he did. So we have the B final up next. So we're just about to start the B final, 24.50 through to 25.06. So again, this should be pretty much our line of swimmers coming down the pool. Well, the referee held them for quite a long time on the block there, but they're away. Pender 24.50. Beside him, the Warrender swimmer Simran Wilkes, the sprint specialist, and he's going well. But, well, can you call it here? Dunbar, maybe?
Dunbar.
In the white cap, look to just have the edge. Wilkes there close to him, and they are the 1-2. So 24.27, Ewan Dunbar takes it. Second place, Simran Wilkes, 24.58. Just 200ths between third and fourth, but it's James Thompson who takes the 24.65, just ahead of Teddy Pender. So you're 1, 2, 3 there. Dunbar, Wilkes, and Thompson. So we will be going to presentations now. The swimmers just getting themselves prepared. So we are just about ready for this presentation, I think. As getting ready to make the presentation is Scottish Swimming's disability manager, Paul Wilson. We saw him on telly quite a bit during the Paralympics, particularly wheeling Jim Anderson around the place. Jim, of course, now has put his swimming trunks out to dry. I believe he's looking to find some other sport to get international status in. Carpet bowls is what I heard.
Quite a difference.
Certainly is. And of course, an unrivaled record in Paralympic swimming. I think from memory it was 5 Paralympics that he attended.
Yeah, quite an amazing feat, isn't it?
Absolutely unbelievable. But anyway, we're starting with the able-bodied presentation, just taking us a little while to get ready for that. But I think they're ready now. Oh, maybe not. So just a wee pause to allow us to draw our breaths. But the music coming on now for the presentation, so I think that must mean we're ready to go. Paul Wilson's ready. Is Gina Logan that's beside him, the Scottish Amateur Swimming Association president. She's making sure all the medal presenters know what they're doing. So we come to make the medals presentations then. Bronze medalist, City of Glasgow's Jamie Graham, second time on the podium tonight. Gold in the 100 breast. Silver then goes to Jack Thorpe of Edinburgh University. And the gold medalist also from Edinburgh University and Scottish Gas national champion Kieran McGuckin. And the junior champion making his way onto the podium from Aberdeen, Suleiman Butts. So Paul Wilson leaves the stage and the handshakes all round as the sprint specialists also make their way away, and I think they'll be dashing away to the swim down pool. And we have the multi-classification athletes make their way onto the podium. What a race this was. And interestingly, the one who was first home in the pool doesn't even make the podium. So third place, the S14 swimmer from Dumfries, Kieran Jardine. 814 points for his 27.09. Silver medalist also S14, 26.77, Brandon Buchan. And the gold medalist 951 points, the new British record, 25.72. Edinburgh University's Craig Rodgie. And that's not his first British record of these championships, so he is on a terrific form this weekend. .50 breaststroke is up next. No multi-classification event here, so straight into the A final. Of course, we have Andrea Strachan making her appearance here. She was disqualified this morning, and then there was a protest, and she won her protest. She was reinstated, so she will take up lane 5. Not often that happens.
No.
Obviously felt she was unfairly dealt with, and the jury of appeal agreed with that, so she's back here. Let's see what she can do as they come onto the blocks. So we start with introducing the swimmers then. In lane 0 is Samantha Caulfield. In lane 1 is Caitlin Tootle. In lane 2 is Cara Hanlon. In lane 3 is Corrie Scott. In lane 4 is Catherine Johnson. Graphics unfortunately don't seem to be correct here, so apologies for that. Lane 5 is Andrea Strachan. In lane 6 is Kerry Buchan. In lane 7, Hayley Monteith of Edinburgh University. Lane 8, Emily Jones of Aberdeen. And in lane 9, Emma Bird of Edinburgh University. So this one will be one of the races of the evening. We've got the Edinburgh University battle and Kerry Buchan trying to upset them all.
I think it should be Catherine Johnson that we see going ahead here. The two other Edinburgh girls and Kerry battling out for second and third.
Johnson very much the 50 breaststroke specialist who's working hard to extend that through to the 100 at the moment, but she does lead by about half a metre from Corrie Scott on one side of her, Andrea Strachan and Kerry Buchan on the other side. So it's these four from Cara Hanlon as well in lane 2, but Johnson leading them in. So the Scottish record holder is going to bring them in 31.64, just 1600ths I think that was away from her Scottish record, so pretty close. Maybe in the World Championship trials where she'll be hoping to do well. So it is Catherine Johnson who takes it. Lane 5, that's Andrea Strachan in second place, and Kerry Buchan taking third in 32.59.
Yeah,
So
it looked like it was going to be a 1-2-3 Edinburgh there until the finish, and Kerry Buchan getting in ahead of Corrie Scott.
yeah, maybe a little bit of a surprise there, because Buchan you normally think of more of as a longer distance swimmer, but showing her form there at the sprint.
Johnson looked strong in that.
Yes, she did. She's led the way pretty much in any British 50 breaststroke that I've seen in the last, or seen results for in the last year and a half or so. And so she'll be looking for a big result in that one in the World Championship trials, which come up in a fortnight's time. Meanwhile, we move on to the B final. We have the swimmers there for you. Times 34.8 to 36.1. And away we go. Eleanor Spencer in 0, Kimberly Mackay in 1, Hannah Souter in 2, Erin Robertson in 3, Orla Adams in 4, Leanna Marshall in 5, Katie McIntyre in 6, Kate Laverick in 7, Lucy Howarth in 8, and Beth McFarlane in 9.
It's looking like Orla Adams there powering down that first 30 metres.
It's another swimmer you don't really associate with sprinting, but she is coming on strongly here, and the further the race goes, the stronger she looks, and she comes in 34.17, improves her heat time by about 6-7 tenths. And as you can see there, she is the winner, 34.17. Leanna Marshall of North Lanarkshire taking second, 34.73. And the youngster from South Ayrshire, 14-year-old Erin Robertson, 34.88 for third place. So the sprints are finished for the evening. It'll be very different next time, 800 freestyle, but before that we have the medal presentation for this women's 50 breaststroke. So coming on to the podium, and it's Adam Hutchison, the Scottish Gas competition winner on Facebook, so congratulations, and gives the bronze medal to Stirling University's Kerry Buchan. Silver medalist is Andrea Strachan, Edinburgh University, and the Scottish Gas champion, also Edinburgh University, Catherine Johnson. So Andrea Strachan, her reinstatement's got her a silver medal, and the junior champion, the Highland Swim Team member from the Isle of Lewis, it's Cara Hanlon. So that's another programme, the Highland Swim Team, that has to do the miles. Very dispersed team from Stornoway to Thurso. Inverness, of course, probably their hub. So the miles have to be consumed there. Pity the poor parents.
Oh, I shows a lot of commitment from both the swimmer and the parent.
Yes, it does. So we've had 3 heats of the men's 800 freestyle in this morning's heats, and we have the final heat coming up for you now. So the final heat swimmers coming to the blocks. Time they've got to beat is 8:45.87. That was set by David McGregor of Dumfries this morning. All but one of the swimmers here have a faster entry time than that, so you'd expect the medal winners to come from this final heat. And we'll introduce them to you. In lane 0 is Mark Deans of City of Glasgow. In lane 1, Matthew Anderson of Warrender. In lane 2, Angus Barr of South Lanarkshire. In lane 3, Tom Howley, City of Newcastle. In lane 4, Martin Kremin of Stirling. Lane 5 is Chris Lowther of Dumfries. Lane 6, Stuart McIntosh, City of Aberdeen. In lane 7, Ewan Murgatroyd of Dumfries. In lane 8, Tony Price of South Mainland. And lane 9, Felix Gifford, City of Aberdeen. So entry times here, 8:20 up to 8:46. As I said, fastest time so far, 8:45.87. So settle down, hope you've got your cup of coffee ready, or your glass of whiskey, whatever it is. And for the next 8 and a bit minutes, enjoy the swimming. So we saw a solid 1500 swim on Thursday night from Martin Kremin of Stirling, and he has the fastest entry time for this 800. Men's 800 not swum that often. It's not an Olympic event, but it does swum in the World Championships, which are coming up. So how seriously do these swimmers treat this event?
I think they treat it very seriously. I know we're missing some of the, like Stephen Milne, who'll be resting for the trials, but Martin Kremen in there looking good as we come up to the first 100.
Yes, he is, and he was chased for a lot of the 1500 by City of Newcastle's Tom Howley, and it is Tom again in that familiar black cap with the red shield for City of Newcastle. He's up there, so is in lane 6 Stuart McIntosh. He's having a busy evening, and Felix Gifford, his City of Aberdeen colleague, in lane 9 is also up there, in fact turning second there after the 50. 59.78 for Kremen for the first 100, so that is faster than any of the swims that we got this morning. About a second and a half after the 100. Of course, that multiplies up if they maintain that advantage to something fairly sizable by the end of an 800.
Kremen looking strong there, looking very much in control.
Although he's only a quarter of a second up on Howley. So, yeah, smooth and controlled swim. He'll not be too worried at this early stage that
No.
the swimmers round him. Confident in his own abilities to beat them down over this race. So coming to 200, and Kremen just edging his lead up, and it is about 6/10 now, 2:02.64. So that is about 1:03 pace.
Tom Howley hanging in there, and Stuart McIntosh looking good in lane 6. That's between the three of them.
Rapidly it has become a three-way contest, hasn't it? Yeah. That was very quick for that to happen. So it suggests that these leading three swimmers are setting off at a pace that is a wee bit too hot for the others. Still just half a second between Kremen and Howley. Kremen swam pretty much to his entry time down in Leeds, where this event was swum in anticipation of the trials coming up in Sheffield. Slightly faster, in fact, 8:20.2 he did there against his 8:20.7 entry time. Half a second's not a lot, though, in the context of an 800.
Starting to extend a little bit that lead.
Yep, 9/10 now. Still McIntosh sticking with them. And when you go back to the other 7 swimmers, 4th place Dumfries' Ewan Murgatroyd, 5th Chris Lowther, also of Dumfries. So a wee internal contest going on there. 16-year-old Ewan and 18-year-old Chris, and then Matthew Anderson of Warrender behind them.
Yeah, a little race going on between lane 0 and 1 over there on the far side of the pool.
Yep, so that is Mark Deans and Matthew Anderson, Glasgow and Warrender. And beside them also Angus Barr of South Lanarkshire, so a three-way contest now over on the far side, but leading the way as they come to the halfway point is Martin Kremen of Stirling, 4:07.77 for him. So it's just upped his pace a little bit there. That was just over a 1:02, and his lead now is over 2 seconds, so starting to wind it up now.
Tom Howley and Stuart McIntosh having a race for second and third there.
Yeah, on paper, there's not a lot in them. Howley entered 8:32.27, McIntosh 8:32.44, so if they both swim to their times, then it's going to be a very tight contest for the silver medal. Kremen pulling away. Is the training regime for these distance specialists very different from their colleagues?
You find that a lot of the distance guys are doing maybe an extra 25, 30,000 metres a week.
An extra 25,000?
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Goodness.
Depends on their programme as well and what age they are.
But when you're a senior like Kremen,
Martin,
22-year-old.
I think he'll be putting in quite a lot of metres per week.
And presumably not rested at this stage.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Possibly maybe just starting to rest at the end of this meet, or for going down to Sheffield.
So this will be a good gauge then of his form as he gets ready for that contest.
Some of these older guys that are going down to World Championship trials, it's about racing fast while they're tired and they're still in full training. And as you say, to gauge where they are in their training.
So Kremin then about 8 meters up now. This next term will be 600 meters, 3/4 distance.
It looks like Tom Howley, those just moved into second place, just away from Stuart McIntosh.
Yep, he's picked up 3 or 4 meters now. 6:12 for Kremin. So another 1:02 and change. He's got nearly 5 seconds now on Howley, and then a 2-second gap between Howley and McIntosh. So if McIntosh wants the silver medal, he's got to try and work that back down again pretty soon.
Going to have to start pushing. A little battle going on here in fourth between Angus Barr, South Lanarkshire in lane 2 and Chris Lowther, Dumfries in lane 5. Not discounting Ewan Murgatroyd, Chris's teammate in lane 7.
We've got 2 juniors in this fastest heat. They are Angus Barr and Ewan Murgatroyd. So there's a race on for the junior medal between those two. And at the moment that is in Barr's favour in lane 2. It wasn't, well, not that much in it between them, 6:59 and 7:01. So that one could be interesting in the final 100. So Kremin now taking the bell. Let's check his time here. Should be about 7:15. It is 7:15:04. Howley 7:21. McIntosh 7:23. So 2.5 seconds still the gap there, and pretty tight for fourth. Lowther 7:31. Barr 7:32. Murgatroyd 7:34. Kremin is going to take his second distance gold medal here.
Yeah, quite a comfortable swim there, looking from Martin Kremin. Quite in control, racing on for the rest of the places.
And this is going to be a good time for him. He entered on 8:20. I think he's going to be inside that. So he should be pretty happy if he's not rested to do that sort of time.
Oh, definitely. And looks well then for the next for going down to Sheffield.
Howley is sure of second now over McIntosh, who's got the third, pretty bronze medal pretty much in his pocket, but 8:16:49. That is a very good swim from Martin Kremin. 4 seconds inside his entry time. Howley takes second, 8:23:59 is big improvement for him, and he was entered on 8:32. McIntosh 8:32 entry time for him as well, and he comes inside that 8:29. So they're the top 3 as the other swimmers come in. 4th place Chris Lowther 8:33. 8:33 as well for Angus Barr in 5th place, and 6th 8:40 for Ewan Murgatroyd. And then the remaining swimmers, Gifford. But we go into the summary then, and Martin Kremin there, 8:16:49, we'll be happy with that. Tom Howley, 8:23:58 in second. Stuart McIntosh third, 8:29:67. Angus Barr will be the junior champion, just ahead of Ewan Murgatroyd, so they're the 2 juniors, and they were faster than anything we saw this morning. So well done to Angus, and well done to Kremin, Howley and McIntosh. So these swimmers have got a rapid change to get their tops on, dry themselves off a little bit, show the world that they're still fresh as daisies.
Still smiling?
Absolutely. Well, it's over, so why wouldn't you? And they're getting themselves set up now, ready to make these presentations. Is the chair of Scottish Swimming, Maureen Campbell. So the swimmers just getting themselves sorted now. Got to smarten themselves up for the podium. Get their tops on. No rippling chests, I'm afraid. So we're ready to go now. Maureen Campbell makes her way to the podium to present the medals. And the athletes make their way to the podium to receive them. And first to receive the medal is the bronze medalist, Stuart McIntosh from City of Aberdeen. The silver medalist is the Newcastle swimmer Tom Howley. And the gold medalist, to add to his 1,500 gold sterlings, Martin Kremin. And on to the podium now is the junior champion from South Lanarkshire, Angus Barr. So once again, handshakes all round, and they walk away and will no doubt be wanting to work off that lactic as quickly as they can.
Yeah, some of these boys might be needed for their relays for their clubs.
Yeah, I think that's probably likely. Not sure there's a Newcastle relay team, but there certainly will be a City of Aberdeen one, and we're just checking whether there's a Stirling one.
Yeah, Martin leading off that Stirling
right.
team.
So not even giving him the extra 3 minutes or so of a rest time. That's cruel.
He's tough.
Tough, okay,
Yeah,
not
he's
cruel.
Tough. He's tough.
All right.
Oh. He's a distance swimmer.
Yeah, he can handle it. How many meters again?
Some only a little 100, isn't it?
So what's another 100? So the swimmers just getting ready. We've got the women's 400 freestyle relay coming up first, and there's 3 heats to go in this. So off they go. 3 teams in this first heat. Mulgai and Bearsden are led off by Georgia Callender. Western Bartonshire in 4 with Eve Thompson and Connie Mackay for Ren 96. Relay swimming then. I'm sure the athletes enjoy it. Do the coaches consider it important?
I think it's good for team spirit, and it also gives sometimes swimmers that might not make that medal podium the chance of a medal. And I think that's really important for them, and to be part of a team that is winning and can just boost confidence and can maybe just help them up to that next level.
Okay, and moving well early on here, it's Ren 96's Connie Mackay, so each swimmer will do 2 lengths of the pool. So these swimmers coming to the end of their shift, and it will be Connie who gives her Ren team the advantage, handing over to Katie James in 101.59. Second place is Mulgai and Bearsden junior team. Jess Black now in for them, and for Western Bartonshire also a junior team, it's Erica Bootle.
This is what's exciting about relays. You don't know how the coaches swim it. Is it the fastest swimmers at the front or the fastest swimmers in the middle or at the end? And the lead can change throughout.
Just momentarily distracted by a Quipu baby just going past us here. Jax, the young baby, making his competitive debut. But back to the racing, and it is the Ren swimmer, Katie James, from Jess Black of Mulgai and Bearsden. So only about a body length between them as they come to the halfway point. 2:06.28. Third swimmers going, Mari High for Ren, Georgia Lynch for Mulgai and Bearsden, Megan Kerr for Western Bartonshire. Ren have led from the beginning where Connie Mackay gave them their early lead, and they're not showing any signs of relinquishing that advantage.
No, and Mari High's just out that B final of the 200 fly.
So another one where they have to go tough, race tough, and she at least had the length of time of an 800 free to recuperate. Plenty of time.
I think adrenaline gets you through this in a relay. You don't want to let the rest of your teammates down.
No, so Georgia Lynch maybe has made up a little bit of ground for Margai and Bearsden in this third leg. The positioning of athletes in the team, I know different coaches seem to have different theories about that. What's yours?
I think I would, depends on the team.
Or maybe
depends
you're not going to give it away.
I'm not going to say. I would probably put my best starter first.
Okay. Robin Crawford is the chosen anchor, the 14-year-old, so the youngest member of the Wren team, is doing the anchor leg for them. She's a very accomplished youngster, though. Holly Wicklow for Margai and Bearsden and Chloe Barclay for Western Bartonshire. Robin Crawford turns with 50 metres to go, 3:40.06. About 2.7 up on Margai and Bearsden, and then 3 seconds to Western Bartonshire. So that's looking like the 1, 2, 3 in this first of the 3 heats.
Yeah, Wren have dominated this relay from the beginning.
Of course, this is heat declared winner, so it's all about the fastest over the 3 heats. Wren put in an entry time of 4:14. They're going to be a little bit inside that. 4:13.42. Margai and Bearsden 4:17.32, so they also improved on their time. And the 1, 2, 3 there. And Wren 96 were first, 4:13.42. Margai and Bearsden second, 4:17.32. And third place, Western Bartonshire, 4:18.70. So we move straight on to Heat 2. We've got 8 teams going in this one, so lanes 1 to 8 in use. That's a delight for the commentary team. No lane 0. We're not sorry about that.
No, I might get lane numbers right this time.
We can do this if we concentrate. So in Heat 2 we have South Lanarkshire led off by Lisa Curry in lane 1, West Lothian with Gulsum Onal in 2, City of Glasgow B team with Anna Fleming in 3, Dumfries with Abby Houston in 4, East Lothian with Alex Cunningham in 5, Hearts with Mari Swanson in 6, North Lanarkshire with Leanna Marshall in 7, and Dundee City Aquatics with Kirsty Simpson in lane 8.
And as you would expect, Dundee City Aquatics leading that with Kirsty Simpson taking on the first leg.
Yep, so they definitely look to have led off with their strongest swimmer. That's their tactic, see if it works for them. In the centre lanes, lane 4, Dumfries with Abby Houston. In second place, they've also led off with a strong swimmer. And that's going to be the 1-2 at the first changeover. So Simpson gives her team, Dundee City Aquatics, the lead, 58.06 at the 100. Handing over to Stephanie Strang. Second place at the turn, lane 4, Dumfries. Terry Johnson now taking it over for them, and it was North Lanarkshire touching third at the first changeover. Lynn MacArthur now going for them.
Dumfries looking strong.
Yeah, still the same 1, 2, 3, but it's tightening up now. Just 2/10 between Dundee and City of Glasgow. Or Dumfries, rather. Sorry, I thought we were going to get it right this time, but I'm not.
It's okay, we've got lots of City of Glasgow there. City of Glasgow are coming through strong there in lane 3.
So I was right, I just said it ahead of it happening.
That crystal ball.
Yeah, I always polish that up before a meet, and it's lane 3 then. And that is Rhiannon Gilks has put in a very good shift for them and moved them up into the lead. 2:02.30. City of Glasgow's third swimmer is Lauren Gilks, so the two of them, sisters.
It was a strong swim there by Rhiannon.
Just behind City of Glasgow is Dumfries Eve White. And fairly close for third. I think it's lane 6 now. Hearts with Lauren Walker-Stewart. So as you come down the second length of the third swimmers, it's still City of Glasgow. They're B team, so we've got another City of Glasgow team to come in the next heat, showing their strength and depth in women's swimming. Freestyle. Their B team at the moment has the advantage on the field as the final swimmers go. 3:03.85. And that final swimmer is Zoe Scott. Emily Hewitson for Dumfries. Third place in lane 7. Danny Buchanan now for North Lanarkshire, and that is pretty close. West Lothian, Erin Cooper on the far side from South Lanarkshire's Meg Finnan.
Looks like Dumfries coming up on Zoe Scott from Glasgow. Zoe probably better known for open water and distance swimming.
So just a second in it now. Hewitson is seeing if she can mount that attack. She certainly did in the first length, but maybe Scott is holding her down the second length here.
Scott looking strong coming into this last 25.
A cracking battle going on for third as well in lane 6 and 7. Hearts and North Lanarkshire, but at the front it's Glasgow and Dumfries, and this one is going to go all the way here. It's still just about City of Glasgow, but Dumfries right there, and the touch does go to Dumfries by 100th of a second. Wow, Emily Hewitson really pushing for the ball there at the end and just nicked it. 4:06.93 for Dumfries, 4:06.94 City of Glasgow, and that contest for third was taken by Hearts in the end by a second and a half, so didn't look as if it was going to be as easy as that with 15 meters to go.
No.
So the 1, 2, 3 summarized for you there. Dumfries 4:06.93 in first, City of Glasgow in second, and Heart of Midlothian in third.
All these teams were faster than the heat one.
So that is the target for the final heat in this women's 4x100 freestyle relay. So we move to this third heat, and we've got Carnegie in lane 0 with Samantha Caulfield, Mulgai and Bearsden 18 with Megan Donnelly in 1, City of Aberdeen with Rona Plowman in 2, the Glasgow 18 with Kirsten Clark in 3, Edinburgh University's Hayley Monteith in 4, East Lothian with Joanna Whitelaw in 5, South Aberdeenshire with Rachel Masson in 6, Warrender with Katie Stark in 7, Stirling with Cara Smith in 8, and first with Chanel Snedden in 9. That first team, a junior team.
It's looking like a battle here in this first leg from Hayley Monteith of the University of Edinburgh and Rachel Masson of South Aberdeenshire.
So good leg from Rachel Masson. Of course, Hayley Monteith was from the Aberdeen area before she went down to University in Edinburgh. So half a second or so between them, and South Aberdeenshire's favour at the first changeover. Jess Christie taking it on for them. For Edinburgh University, it is Caitlin McClatchy, so expect big things here. That's certainly the first, maybe only appearance of Caitlin in these championships. So she'll be preparing for 2 weeks' time in Sheffield, but doing her bit for the team here. So that does show that coaches do think relays matter, that they've brought Caitlin across for this one.
Well, definitely, and she's now way in the lead here.
Great to see her make her debut in this new Tollcross pool. Mulgai and Bearsden going well. Lauren Averill, a good freestyle sprinter in lane 1. So that's the 1, 2, 3 now with Edinburgh University. Caitlin McClatchy has opened up about a 4-metre lead. 1:53.65 for Edinburgh University as Jess Wilkie takes it on. She's up against Ailsa Beck for South Aberdeenshire, and for Mulgai and Bearsden it's Paige Lang, and over beside them Zoe Mitchell for Carnegie. So a good second leg from Tame Bruce to bring Carnegie into medal contention. Then a string of teams behind those 4 in the lead, but still leading comfortably Edinburgh University with Jess Wilkie.
South Aberdeenshire holding on to that second place at the moment.
Yeah,
Mulgai and Bearsden and Carnegie coming up fast on their heels.
Yeah, that's a terrific battle over on the far side between those two teams. It's Jess Wilkie, the Edinburgh girl, used to be with Hearts before she moved across to the Edinburgh University programme. And she's going to hand that lead in good condition over to the anchor, Catherine Johnson. So she's a pretty useful freestyler as well as, of course, of her breaststroke prowess. We saw her pick up her second breaststroke gold earlier this evening. For South Aberdeenshire is Sarah Hamilton. So interesting to see how she can do. The member of the Commonwealth Games team in Delhi, but we've not seen much of her in the last year or so.
She's been out training out in Florida.
Right, okay. Rachel O'Donnell and Julie Williams continuing that Carnegie and Mulgai and Bearsden battle, and that one I think is going to go all the way here. Can they catch South Aberdeenshire is the question.
Fantastic turn there by Rachel O'Donnell in lane 0.
Yep, that's a really tight contest, but in the lead. Bringing them in is Catherine Johnson here. So this is a terrific performance from Edinburgh University. They're going to take this one, and they come in 3:49.54, and that is a new Scottish club record there for Edinburgh University. Terrific swim from the 4 girls there. Second place is South Aberdeenshire, 3:55.90 for them. So they did well to withstand the contest that was going on over on the far side. Rachel O'Donnell holding 3rd despite a spirited charge from Kirsten McKinley for the City of Glasgow team. They make do with 4th and not quite enough to get themselves on the podium, but a great Scottish club record there from the Edinburgh University winners there. So congratulations to the record breakers of Hayley Monteith, Caitlin McClatchy, Jessica Wilkie and Catherine Johnson.
Excellent swimming from the 4 young ladies.
So we're looking to grab that Edinburgh University team and get them to live interview for you as they come out the pool. So we are just grabbing hold of them if we can. Fantastic that they picked up there a Scottish club record there, so pretty sure it will have been their own record that they beat. I don't actually have that written down in front of me, but I'm fairly confident that's true. It did stand at 3:50.91. So the Edinburgh University team making its way across to Scottish Swimming's Kirsten Phillips, and Kirsten is going to be talking to them for you. Let's hear what they have to say. Kirsten, over to you.
Thanks, Duncan, very much. Girls, congratulations. Edinburgh University are the winners of the 4x100 metres freestyle. Girls, what makes a good relay squad?
I think it's like the team spirit mostly, because we all just get together and like push each other on. Yeah, just what Hayley said really, team spirit, and you know, we all get on so well and all train together, push each other on in training, so yeah, I think that's what makes a really good team.
Yeah, definitely just repeating what the girls have said. We all work hard and we all put in a great effort, and just not also as a team but individually as well, all put in a great shift.
Catherine, Edinburgh University always seem to be thereabouts in terms of top club, aiming for that title again tomorrow.
Oh, definitely. I think we're leading on points just now. We're
hopefully go into tomorrow and keep the lead going. Well, girls, congratulations again. Go off and enjoy your win.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was listening to you saying there's nothing.
Thanks very much to Kirsten for that interview with these Edinburgh University girls, and many congratulations to them. Great performance, and they've set up the challenge for the guys later on, so record from them. We saw a record yesterday from the boys of Glasgow. Can they do it again? But first of all, we have our medal presentation for our girls relay swimmers. And here they come. So the teams scrunch themselves up onto the podium. The bronze medalists are the Carnegie team of Samantha Caulfield, Tane Bruce, Zoe Mitchell and Rachel O'Donnell. And making these presentations, it's Scottish Swimming's new Chief Executive Officer, Forbes Dunlop. Been in post now for 3 or 4 months. Silver medalist, South Aberdeenshire. Rachel Masson, Jessica Christie, Ailsa Beck and Sarah Hamilton. Sarah now training in America. That's why I haven't seen that much of her in the last year. But showing some strong form there to bring her team safely home for the silver medal. And the Scottish Gas champions in that new record time, 3:49.54. You heard from them, and now you can see them get their medals. Edinburgh University, Hayley Monteith, Caitlin McClatchy, Jessica Wilkie and Catherine Johnson. So a wee bit of a shuffle around the podium as they can collect the medals. The junior champions are the first team. Chanel Snedden, Alexandra Bryce, Jenna Lafferty and Rebecca Murray. So we now have Hannah Miley for you.
Joining me tonight at the conclusion of day 3 of the Scottish Gas National Open Swimming Championships is Hannah Miley. Hannah, welcome. Your race schedule is once again hectic. How on earth are you managing all this?
It's actually not too bad. I'm kind of swimming about maybe 2 races per session, which when I was racing at the Grand Prix meet in Edinburgh a couple of weekends ago, I pretty much had like every single race minus a couple of hundreds. So I've done a lot worse. I think there's one year where I think I swam 10 events. So this is kind of a nice relaxing meet for me, but it's all part of the training that we're doing, so it's not just the racing. I'm also getting the volume in through the warm-ups and swim downs as well, and we've got trials coming up and after this 10 days time, so that's kind of been the main focus. So for me, it's just been part of the process of leading into trials.
And with the trials having moved from March to this time of year, how do you manage the change of taper, if indeed you do get to taper?
I was going to say, what is this T word? It's been different, and I think we've kind of had to look to the Americans for that. They've been able to, swim fast at their trial meet, and then literally 4 weeks later they then go fast, just as fast or faster at the major championships. So it's something that they're very skilled at and able to do quite well. So for us it's kind of been an interesting challenge. So leading into trials it won't be a full taper. Obviously I'll be rested so I can actually swim fast. And then after that we'll step the volume back up and just hit it hard right into Worlds. So Yeah, it's going to be kind of intriguing seeing how it goes with the trials and then into Worlds, and touch wood, all goes according to plan and I actually make the team. So yeah, anything can happen. It's just, I mean, it's good, something that we're not doing the same thing every year. It does shake things up a little bit and gets us thinking about our planning and season structure, and just constantly thinking about our sport. So it's good.
You were crowned world short course champion in December in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Does that put additional pressure on you for a long course, or is it an entirely different race?
It kind of swings and roundabouts. I got silver in Shanghai in 2011. So, having medal at both long course and short course world championships, I guess it does kind of have some pressure.
Thanks, Hannah, very much for joining.
No worries. I never actually got to finish that question off, sorry.
So very many thanks to Hannah, and interesting to hear what she had to say around preparations through here to the trials and then to the World Championships. I'm sure she'll be in Barcelona in the summer, but meanwhile we go straight on to the men's freestyle relay. Once again we've got 3 heats here. Once again we've got 3 teams in the first heat. Margay and Bearsden with Aidan Berry leading them off. Dundee City Aquatics with Stephen Gibb, and East Lothian with Sean Swayam. The Margay and Bearsden and East Lothian teams, both junior teams. And they come to the first changeover, which a pretty healthy lead to Dundee City Aquatics. Stephen Gibb has given them a good start, 54.77. And we saw them lead off with their strongest swimmer with the girls. I think they may have done that again.
Yeah, I think so. Stephen made that final of the 400 last night for senior final, and was part of the boys select junior team that broke the Scottish junior record at the Edinburgh Grand Prix the other week.
Yeah, that was fun, those Scottish select relay teams. A lot of fun. 4x50s, not often swum, long course. But it's now Scott Birtles taking it on for Dundee City Aquatics against Max Burns for Margay and Bearsden and Charlie Smith for East Lothian. East Lothian holding second over Margay and Bearsden third, but still a big lead for Dundee City Aquatics. Scott Birtles has maintained, probably built it in fact, about 6-7 meters now. Birtles then bringing Dundee City Aquatics to the halfway point. Probably their senior swimmer of this team, Alex Sharp, taking things on now, 156.80. Second, East Lothian, the youngster Andrew McKnight in for them. Ian Fletcher, also 13-year-old for Margay and Bearsden. So Dundee City Aquatics might feel slightly annoyed with themselves that they're in this first heat, not in a more competitive heat, because they're certainly winning this one by a country mile now.
Yeah, stretching that lead.
16-17 meters up, and Sharp, the 18-year-old, against the 2 13-year-olds. No surprise there, experienced swimmer.
I remember when Alex Sharp was that age.
My guess is it was 5 years ago. God, I'm good. Blair Doughty then will run the anchor leg for Dundee City Aquatics, 2:53.14, so round about 56 for Alex. For East Lothian, it's Robert Ogilvie, and for Margay and Bearsden, Michael McGarry. So more than half a length's advantage now for Dundee City Aquatics. So it's just a question of what time they're going to set here. Entered on 3:54. 3:20 with 30 to go. So they'll be inside 3:54, I would think. Still East Lothian in second from Margay and Bearsden. So Robert Ogilvie is holding that advantage for East Lothian, but Dundee City Aquatics coming in. So Doughty brings them in 3:52.96. So a bit of a wait until we get to the second and third place swimmers coming in. And it is East Lothian who touch second. But it is Dundee City Aquatics in first, 3:52.96, East Lothian second, and Mulgo and Bearsden third. Two more races in our coverage this evening. Building ourselves.
Against Glasgow.
Or Aberdeen.
Or Aberdeen.
Or Warrender. But we've got Heat 2 first, and we've got the first junior team in lane 0, led off by Gareth Haverfield. Carnegie junior team with Matthew Bulow in 1, Perth City with Eamon Rivers in 2, North Lanarkshire with Stephen Lamb in 3, Dumfries with Anthony Ryan in 4, South Lanarkshire with Jack McComish in 5, City of Aberdeen with Eddie Watson in 6, Wren 96 with Campbell Kerr in 7, West Lothian with Alex Forsyth in 8, and South Lanarkshire Juniors with Cameron Park in 9.
Strong start there for Eamon Rivers for Perth in lane 2.
Slightly surprising to see them in this heat. They were bronze medalists in the 4x2 yesterday.
It's a strong team they've got as well. It's by Stephen Milne anchoring it in lane M in 4th place.
So they will be looking to put in a good, strong swim in this heat, give the final heat something to worry about. We've also got the South Lanarkshire Juniors who set the junior club record last night in the 4x2. So watch out for them. Jack Elby now in the water for them. They're in the pack at the moment. In second place is lane 5, and that is the South Lanarkshire A team with Mark McRae. And well, let's just check on the positions now. Scoreboard slightly confused, not showing a second as far as I can see, but it's definitely Perth leading it. And it's 4 and 5 contesting second, Dumfries and South Lanarkshire.
Close coming up hard on their heels there.
So Graham Hunter, the 24-year-old, will hand over to Ewan Simpson for Perth, 1:45.93. It is lane 4 now, Dumfries, who have second place good split from Ewan Murgatroyd there, and he hands over to David McGregor. 1:51.65 for them. Lane 6 is the City of Aberdeen B team. They're in third place.
Andrew McGovern taking over there for City Aberdeen. The backstroke specialist.
Yep. Again, slightly surprising he's in the B team, to be honest, but I'm sure Gordon Glasgow will have a cunning plan.
I'm sure he does. But Perth out there strong at the front.
So Ewan Simpson pushing hard in this important third leg. Hands over to Stephen Milne, 2:39.94. So they are quite a lot faster than the previous heat, about 13 seconds with the final 100 to go, and Stephen Milne will push on hard here, I'm sure. It is City of Aberdeen B team comfortably in second place now. Doing the anchor for them is Jack Ness, another strong backstroker. And in lane 4, it's Dumfries with Chris Lowther, the distance specialist, as so many of those Dumfries boys are. But it's another distance specialist, Stephen Milne, who's showing he's no slouch at 100 either. And he is leading Perth City in, a long way clear of City of Aberdeen. So let's see the time that they set for the final heat. It's 3:30.91. So only 2 teams have a faster entry time than that, so that's going to be very interesting. The City of Aberdeen takes second, 3:42.63, ahead of Dumfries, 3:45.94. Also look out for the juniors in that one. That was lane 0, 1 and 9, because between them we're likely to have the winning junior team. And looking at that, it looks like the team in lane 9, so South Lanarkshire, their time 3:51.08. So good swim from them. I think that might well give them their second junior medal of the weekend in relays. We will wait to get confirmation of that though, because there were juniors in the previous field, but I don't think they were as fast.
Excellent swimming by that Perth team there in Heat 2. Lays down the marker for these teams in the final heat.
Yeah, shame they weren't in that final heat, as that would have made it very interesting, but it just creates an unknown factor for these swimmers. Just going quickly over the teams, we've got East Lothian in 0, City of Glasgow in 1, First in 2, City of Aberdeen in 3, Edinburgh University in 4, City of Glasgow in 5, Warrender in 6, Stirling in 7, Carnegie in 8, and Bristol in 9.
It's going to be an exciting race, this.
Yep. So we saw Edinburgh University building up a big lead and then have it completely whittled away in the 4x200. I suspect it won't be as dramatic as that in this one, because much shorter distance. But certainly at the moment it is lane 4, Edinburgh University. Kieran McGuckin, who won that 50 freestyle earlier on from Jamie Graham, who's also been at the top of the podium for City of Glasgow, and they're only in 3rd though, with Carnegie's Mark Sharanek, who we saw winning the 200 IM at the beginning of the evening. That seems a long time ago now, but there you go. But it is Edinburgh University in lane 4. Kieran McGuckin finishing off the first leg for them, 50.80.
Duncan Scott coming in there strong in lane 2 to take the 3rd. They're coming in 3rd for first.
So in now for Carnegie is Craig Bowman. Looks like they front-loaded their team. 3rd place. First is Ian Elric. But right there as well, City of Glasgow with Daniel Scott. It is Edinburgh University, as they did in the 4x2. They're building up a useful lead here. About 4 or 5 meters. They'll be very conscious of the need to do that, because they know what's coming in the Glasgow team. And it is Daniel Scott who's eased Glasgow into 2nd place ahead of Craig Bowman for Carnegie. So the 1, 2, 3 at halfway. Edinburgh University 1:42.77. 2nd Daniel Scott, City of Glasgow, and Craig Bowman in 3rd for Carnegie. Handing over now for Edinburgh University, James Thompson. It's Callum McGregor for City of Glasgow and Craig McLean for Carnegie. A 3-way contest for 4th place. In lane 2, it is first. It's City of Aberdeen in 3 and Warrender in 6, but it's still Edinburgh University from City of Glasgow. 6-7 metre gap building up here.
Carnegie coming through strong now. Craig McLean chasing down Callum McGregor from Glasgow.
Yep, the 15-year-old is keeping Carnegie in the frame. So Edinburgh University with about 7-8 metres as they go over to the final swimmer. Jack Thorpe going in for Edinburgh. And here it is in his Olympic British costume. Robbie Rennick for City of Glasgow. Carnegie's Dean Strachan, he won't be able to keep up with Rennick, I'm pretty sure of that. But can Rennick hold down this Edinburgh University lead of Jack Thorpe? This is a big ask, isn't it?
I think this is just a bit much tonight.
It
Maybe if there was another 100.
It looks like it, but let's have a wait and see down this final length. Edinburgh University surely are not going to be denied this time. Robbie Rennick is pulled away for City of Glasgow in 2nd place. Look at Simra Wilkes coming up for Warrenders. It's going to be a really tight battle for 3rd here. City of Aberdeen as well. But here come Edinburgh University, 3:25.64. And that is a new senior club record for Edinburgh University as well. So the girls did it, the boys went and did it. Both from Edinburgh University, so celebration time. Now, very interesting what's going on in 2nd. So 2nd home there, 3:31.88. Robbie Rennick there for City of Glasgow, and City of Aberdeen behind them by a 10th or so from Carnegie, 3:35.25. But take you back to the second heat, and that time from Perth City, 3:30.91. So if you slot that into that result from that final heat, it puts them second. So terrific performance from the Perth boys there, but Edinburgh University, new senior club record there, 3:25.64. It will be Perth City, I'm pretty sure, taking second then. We will wait for confirmation of that. And City of Aberdeen behind City of Glasgow. So it looks like City of Glasgow will be picking up the bronze this time.
It's a shame
that
that Perth
looks
team
like
hadn't
it.
been in that end heat. That would have been some racing between these three teams.
Yeah, it would have been good to see a Milne and Rennick finale there. But
Came seventh today in an open water swim down in Windermere, 2K. Did that this morning.
Stephen Milne did that.
No,
Robbie Rennick did that. Open water. I wasn't aware Robbie Rennick has ever swum open water before, but
all in the training plan.
it's a first for him. Wow. Did he find it a bit chilly, I wonder?
I haven't spoke to him.
Doesn't look wonderfully happy there. That will be philosophical about it, I'm sure, as the teams just get themselves organised for the podium. We can now confirm the overall result. It was, as we said, first Edinburgh University, second Perth City, and third City of Glasgow. And so we'll just be waiting now for the swimmers to come to the podium. So, very good swim from Perth City, doing it all on their Todd there in Heat 2. So am I still on? Is this for recording? So we're just waiting now for this final set of presentations. That will be the last piece of action in what has been an exciting night. So Heather, have you enjoyed yourself, first of all? And secondly, what stands out as the event of the day?
I really enjoyed it, giving me a different perspective rather than being a coach on poolside. Times flew past. It's been nice to hopefully give some insight into some of the swims. I think for me the men's 100 breaststroke is probably my favourite event anyway, but I thought that was a really good race, and Jamie Graham got the Glasgow boy.
So Jamie Graham, the Glasgow boy. I think there might be a little Glasgow bias in there, but I couldn't possibly comment. So
not at all.
Anyway, a very good swim indeed from that. Great relay swims from both the girls and the boys from Edinburgh University. So I think maybe they were the highlights for me just at the end of the evening, to see those two Scottish club records going. Some great multidisability swims as well. We got that new British record from Craig Rodgie, so that one will remain in the memory for a while. We wish him and his colleagues well in Montreal. So good swimming there from them. Still just waiting for this presentation to take place, and then we'll be on our way. Swimmers waiting patiently underneath the big scoreboard. The young City of Glasgow swimmers doing their bit as well. They're carrying the cushions with the medals on it, so great job from them over the weekend. It gives them a chance to see at close hand these senior swimmers, and something for them to aspire to in 8 to 10 years maybe. So just some final preparations. I think they think this is live, and therefore they're waiting. It's not live. So while this is going on, we are doing a pre-recorded interview for the Edinburgh University gentlemen after their record-breaking team. So we did a interview for the girls. Now the boys, you'll be able to see that on YouTube later on. be uploaded later this evening, so I'm sure you'll want to see that. And then we'll get underway with this final presentation. So, a reminder for you as we are coming towards the end of our transmission that we will be back with you tomorrow. So we look forward to an exciting fourth and final day of competition here at the Tollcross International Swimming Centre. And that will start at 8:45 or just before that. Swimming starts at 8:45. Reminder, of course, that you'll be able to see some of these interviews on YouTube tonight, and keep tweeting us on hashtag SGN13Live with your comments, and don't forget those pictures on Instagram, hashtag SGN13PIX. So if you are watching on Thursday, you will have heard the slightly Geordie tones of Andy Mayer. He was the co-commentator on Thursday, and he'll be back with us in Heather's seat on our events tomorrow. So I look forward to having Andy, but I've enjoyed being with you, Heather. It's been a lot of fun co-commentating with you, and I hope we can do it again pretty soon.
Yeah, we've really enjoyed it, so thank you.
So we're ready now with this final presentation. So the swimmer's just about to come onto the podium and make these final presentations. She's been sorting out the presenters all evening. Now she gets to do it herself. The president of the Scottish Amateur Swimming Association, Gina Logan. Gina, of course, a very experienced team manager with the Scottish Commonwealth Games teams over the years, and now doing her stint as SASA president. And the bronze medal goes to City of Glasgow. City of Glasgow team is Jamie Graham, Daniel Scott, Callum McGregor and Robbie Rennick. Silver medalist with that great swim in Heat 2 is Perth City. So the Perth team, Eamon Rivers, Graham Hunter, Ewan Simpson and Stephen Milne. And the gold medalist, that new club record time, 3:25.64 for the Edinburgh University team. And the Edinburgh University team was Ciara McGuckin, Matthew Parks, James Thompson and Jack Thorpe. So cracking swim from them, matching the girls in breaking the record books. And the junior champions, South Lanarkshire. So their second junior medal in these boys relays. Cameron Park, Jack Elby, Ewan McComish and Angus Barr to add to their 4x200 junior medal that they got last night. So our last piece of action. I've always wondered if 4 relay teams all shake hands to each other, how many hands are shook, but I've never worked it out. Anyway, you can all think on that and tweet me the answer. And in the meantime, we wish you a very fond farewell. We will be back, as I said earlier, tomorrow morning for more excellent swimming from the Tollcross International Swimming Centre in day 4 of the Scottish Gas National Championships. But in the meantime, from Duncan McKinnell and Heather Albin, a very good night to you.
The British Gas Swim Britain Challenge is a great way to get the whole nation involved, be more healthy, be more active.
It's a giant relay race. We need teams of 4, so hopefully lots of people can get involved. Swim Britain are providing training sessions. This will encourage people to see the benefits of improvements.
Swim Britain will really help me break away from my busy schedule, just get away from everything.
That element of teamwork and training in a group is great fun. You know, anyone can swim no matter what your kind of fitness or sport and background.
That's what's brilliant about this, is that it is a team event. It just makes it so much more fun. You can all cheer each other, support each other on.
I want to take part in Swim Britain because I want to get fitter, lose some weight and make a permanent change to my exercise routine.
So make sure you sign up to this amazing challenge. You never know, I could be on your team.